Our biggest sale of the year is happening right now during the Season of Inspiration at Team Mazda. Now's your chance to get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Mazda CX-5 and make no payments for 90 days. Get savings on top of savings right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning.
Hey,
how are you? And how was this? I know, that's so beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, hello,
and
Cross River.
This thing is going to have its little winter solstice delay like later on today, like first official day of winter. So today, like the shortest day of the year, I think that's right, according to Steve, and then tomorrow we start to get more time in the sun. Is that right?
We say. Steve, is that winter solstice happening today?
Yeah, 9-something tonight. Winter officially gets underway. By the way, you guys, y'all know anything about the Bahamas?
Where are you going?
Puerto Rico, Cuba. I don't know. Johnny just handed me like these sheets. Says all about the Bahamas.
He's cruising again.
Are we cruising? Why would he hand it to you? Are we cruising?
I don't know. He said, I don't know what these are, but here you go.
We'll figure it out.
All right, yeah, we'll figure it out. But yes, winter officially beginning today. Even though winter officially beginning, the temperatures outside this morning haven't been quite as cold. Here's a look at lows. We were mostly in the 40s instead of much of the area, which had 30s. Current temperatures right now similar to the lows. Baton Rouge, Gonzales, 46. New Roads at 45. So most of us anywhere from roughly 40 up to 50 degrees. It's been a beautiful sunrise up on False River this morning. That's our Sky 9 view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. You'll note the high clouds overhead. We'll continue to deal with those, I think, throughout the day today. But even with the clouds, it's going to be a mild day here for what is now the latter part of December. Low 60s at noon, upper 60s to near 70 for highs today. Winds out of the east and east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our satellite showing plenty of those high clouds spilling in from the west this morning. Some showers out over Texas, but I'm not expecting any rainfall today. However, that'll change into the weekend. Compliments of this big storm system that is spinning offshore of California this morning. That's going to start moving to the east as it does so. Here comes the rain again. So we're giving you a first alert to rain rolling in. The good news here is really kind of focused in on one day. Earlier in the week, it looked like it could be multiple rounds through the weekend. Now this mostly looks like a Christmas Eve event. So we pick it up tomorrow morning on the European. We start out tomorrow dry. If you look closely, it hints at a few showers tomorrow afternoon. That's 4 o'clock Friday. All right, now we take you to Saturday morning. Saturday starts out mainly dry. Saturday has trended drier in recent forecasts with just a couple of showers expected. So now 6 o'clock Saturday evening, look at the rains gathering offshore along and north of a warm front. As that continues northward by daybreak on Sunday, we could potentially start to already wake up to some rainfall. More rain overspreading the area through lunchtime on Sunday, Christmas Eve. That is noon. More rain into the afternoon and evening hours at 6 o'clock. So you get the idea. Christmas Eve shaping up to be a very wet day with off and on rainfall. How much rain are we looking at? Well, not a major change to the outlook. The Weather Prediction Center did ease the numbers down slightly, but still showing much of the area 1 to 2 inches of rain and some pockets of 2 to 3. So we're still looking at, in essence, what we've been telling you about the last several days, 1 to 3 inches of rain on average. Could be locally heavy on Sunday. A 2 out of 4 slight risk of flooding posted here in yellow. That does include Baton Rouge. So not only rain on Sunday, could be a little bit heavy at times. Good news is, if there is some good news with a wet Christmas Eve, we're not expecting severe weather at least. All right, so dry today, small rain chances Friday and Saturday. Christmas Eve will be wet. The other bit of good news, I think most of the rain exits probably by or before daybreak on Christmas Day. So most of your Christmas Day dry. But on the warm side for Christmas with highs in the low to mid 70s, we will trend cooler after Christmas Day next week and drier as well. 7:07, Johnny.
What is that?
I'm going to get to work on this, all about the. Are you taking us to the Bahamas and Puerto Rico?
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Let's go. I think that's color of the weather, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. All right, so behind me is I-12 coming out of Denham Springs. Light traffic this morning in and through the Denham Springs area. When you get up on the Amite River Bridge going westbound into Baton Rouge, a little bit of traffic there. Then it definitely slows down right around Essen Lane, especially that right lane. That's the Essen Lane overpass right there on I-12 east and westbound. And that's nothing out of the ordinary. It's actually looking really, really good. Usually we're up to about 20 minutes, almost 30 minutes from Jubin to the 1012 at this hour. And now it's only 12. So that's pretty much normal. 3 minutes from Jubin to the Amite River and crossing the Amite River Bridge, about 3 more minutes and you're at Millerville. Another 4 or 5 minutes, you're 6 minutes, you're over from Millerville to the 1012. And most of that slowdown is going to be between Essen and the 1012 right in that area. You can see the other drive times dropping in here at 7:08, 8 minutes after. If this is where you get your information on our streaming platforms, WAFB Plus, hey, we have you covered on all platforms. And if you missed something because you weren't watching 9 News this morning, we've got that covered too. We go to Studio B for some headlines and what are we working on today? Liz Coe and Matt Williams.
Johnny, thank you. And the first story we're following today is one that we alerted you about before lunchtime yesterday. The mayor has officially picked who she thinks should be the top Baton Rouge cop. So today at 10 a.m., she's going to make that announcement as to who she's going to pick among this 5 finalists.
So that's the 5 finalists, right? It came from a larger group, her select committee, looking into better than 20 original candidates, right? They held a few rounds of different interviews, and they came up with these final 5. Now, we never quite knew if the mayor took a look at these 5 and then just wasn't impressed enough, was she going to say, let's start over, let's do it again?
Right.
Apparently, she has found somebody she likes within this group right here.
Yeah.
Who that is, we're going to find out a little bit later on this morning, to your point, 10 o'clock this morning. That's a scheduled press conference.
Yes.
That may kind of wax wane a little bit, the timing, but we'll be live on WAFB and right here streaming as well.
So please join us for that announcement. We're going to send a reminder to your phone as well before that official press conference is set to begin.
Always. Oh, it's a big time story. This has been people following this a lot. Okay, a couple of house fires actually last night, early this morning. This one, Baton Rouge. Pot left on a stove?
Yeah, so Baton Rouge Fire Department telling us that it was unattended, right? How often are people cooking? We know shift workers, right? You're eating at different times of the day, but you really have to watch the stove. They told us that it kind of got out of control here, leading to a fire at that home on Kincaid Avenue, not far there from Greenville Springs Road in Choctaw. Now, we're told that the one person who lives there, they were able to get out of the home just fine, thankfully. But we're told that there's smoke and fire damage to the home, so not really able to live there 5 days before Christmas.
No kidding. So that fire, again, Red Cross helping the folks out there, 1 person out. 5 people had to get out from this fire earlier this morning. Red Cross helping here as well. But according to fire crews, this home's a total loss.
This is Jackson Avenue here. So kind of to place you, oops, there we go. Our Callie Hubbard was live at that scene this morning as Baton Rouge fires were responding to that very incident. Not far from Fairfields and North Foster here, kind of right there off of, is it Foster?
Yeah, North Foster's going to be right over here. Yep, as you kind of get up towards the Choctaw part of the world. So fire crews, once again, it's a busy time for them all over the country and here in Baton Rouge.
We still don't know the cause of this fire. Investigators are still looking to see what caused this one. But as Matt mentioned, all 5 people are okay.
Yeah, it's 3 adults, 2 kids?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We'll keep you updated. Okay, so when we're talking about all that, again, important to note, we don't know what caused this second fire. Callie was talking about this morning. The fires that can come with this time of season and getting on that stove and cooking, making sure you got the big meals going.
For sure.
And sometimes maybe something distracts you because holidays, burns, then all of a sudden. I mean, ERs get flooded with people who are dealing with burns. Got to be careful.
That's why Callie checked in with the Baton Rouge General's Burn Unit there in Mid-City. They see a lot of this time of year, right? You've got a lot going on in the kitchen, from the stove to the oven to maybe some crock pots and other burners. You've got a lot going on in the kitchen, but that also means you need to keep a watchful eye on some of that stuff, right? So she spoke with him to talk about some of the burns that he's seeing, some of them from minor to serious, right? But no matter the injury, you want to avoid going to an emergency room on Christmas Day. So please be careful as you make your way around. They talked about some tips to make sure you're safe and how to treat some minor things at home if you can, so you don't clog up the emergency room.
Yeah, those first-degree burns typically can be handled at home. Those second degree, those third, look, man, that's when you're headed in there. Just be very careful over the holidays. Celebrate, at home, not in an emergency room. Yeah, absolutely. Want to let you know, this is just an awful, awful story we were talking about yesterday. 3 people killed, a car crash in Darrow, an arrest made. Now, Liz, this is a small community. Everybody knows everybody. it's impacting a lot of folks.
About 200 folks who live there in the town of Darrow. And so yesterday, when we had first heard about this incident, you've got Santa Maria Volunteer Fire Chief James LeBlanc saying, look, it was tough when we got to the scene. The firefighters, they got there, they had to extricate 3 people. Again, those identities have not been revealed yet by Louisiana State Police, who's handling the investigation. But those firefighters not only responded, volunteers, but then they went home, slept a little bit, and then went to their other jobs.
Right,
they had that on their mind. You had multiple fire departments responding to this, helping with that extrication, and so now the investigation continues. As we wait for those names to be revealed, we're learning that the person arrested for this is Jalen Burbank, arrested and charged with this vehicular homicide, reckless operation, DWI. Matt, this is awful news ahead of Christmas.
It's terrible anytime, and now right before Christmas. We'll keep you updated. Once they let us know officially the identities, we'll keep you informed. I want to let you know as well, one person arrested. The headline says that another injured LSU's campus. Officials confirming here a stabbing?
Yeah, but possibly. That's what emergency responders are telling us. LSU PD just sent out an alert right around 7:30, saying that they were investigating an incident there, not far from Highland and Nicholson. So they blocked off portions of those roads last night for about an hour. We're told one person was injured. They didn't tell us the extent of those injuries. And they also told us that one person was arrested. We don't know what those charges are. So we've reached back out to them this morning to find out more about this incident. We'll let you know.
All right, let's flip the script a little bit here. Some things to look forward to tonight. We'll run through them real quick. The Saints taking on the Rams tonight. It's a Thursday nighter. Both these teams in the playoff hunt. You know, both of them are going to be trying to play well. It's LSU basketball taking on Lamar tonight. It's a late tip at the PMAC at 8 o'clock. We cannot not talk about this.
Buckskin Bill marches on. That special that Greg's been working on. Oh, he's been working on this for weeks. Tonight at 6:30, right after the 9 News at 6 newscast, guys, we're going to go down memory lane, walking through some episodes of Storyland, and just wait till you see some of the archives that Greg found at the EBR Parish Library, some of the puppets themselves, some props and costumes from the actual show.
I was wondering about the archives because, quite frankly, our archives here are kind of limited, you know, when you go back. I think there's just never that forethought on how we save all of this stuff and maintain it. So I'm glad that he was able to find some of that.
Well, it's one thing to save, you know, the videos, and another thing to save some of the physical props, which is kind of cool.
Oh, and you're going to see all of that. They've preserved this quite nicely. In some of those archives, you see them pulling it out, and you see kind of Greg's reaction, too. It's going to be good. Tonight at 6:30, we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Celebrate this holiday season with the gift of a new Honda during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. And now you can make no payments for 90 days on our biggest selection of Hondas this year, making this the happiest time of the year. Come save now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.